And just like that, not a single brushstroke was used here. We only did one pass in the liquify tool, and there's an anatomically correct version of the original drawing. What's up guys, welcome. My nose is broken, my face is broken, but not as broken as Frieren here. So this is the absolutely legendary piece by Space Def, one that just went viral in the art community. Everybody was drawing this, everybody was partaking in this challenge. It was such a fun time that I thought, hey, maybe we should have an actual video where we dissect how you actually draw characters from these weird angles. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's jump right in and start with a pop quiz. When you're drawing characters like this, what's the first step you should take? Now, if you answered find a reference, you'd be wrong. The first step that you should actually take is to find a reference. Now, finding a one-to-one reference for something like this might be kind of tricky, so I'm going to show you guys a resource that you can actually use for free. So this is a site called Sketchfab where there's thousands upon thousands of free-to-use 3D models uploaded by users, and essentially it gives you a reference that you can rotate and turn around to view at whichever angle that you desire. There's tons of models to choose from here. You can get realistic and even simpler ones like this with planes of the face that are easier to grasp and understand. If you don't really know how a character is supposed to look from a certain tricky angle, I highly recommend you check this out. Do not go in blind, okay? Because if you do, your results might actually blind you. So now that we have a reference, we can kind of compare that with this Frieren drawing. This drawing is supposed to be done at a 3/4 angle and viewing the character from the bottom up. So if we were to position this model in the angle that we're supposed to be viewing Frieren at, we would turn this around to a 3/4 angle, and then we would angle the head up. Now, this angle is very, very tricky to draw, but you don't have to be scared of it because today I'm going to show you guys 3 things that you need to look out for when you're drawing heads from these strange perspectives. Spoilers, they all involve the triangle. This video might be a bit of a triangular conspiracy. The first thing that I want you to pay attention to is draw a dot in each of the eyes and a dot on the tip of the nose. Now draw a line between these dots, and what do we have here? The triangle. Here it is on a stylized face. Again, the triangle. Now just observe what happens to this triangle when I tilt my character's head. Oh my god, it's flat. Here it is on a stylized face. Again, it's flat. This is the face straight on, and this is the face tilted. Now again, plot those dots in the eyes and the dot on the tip of the nose, and I want you to pay attention to the way that shape changes as I tilt the head. Look at how the triangle just flattens. Now, if I just keep my head at this angle and swing it from side to side in utter disappointment in you can see how the tip of the nose gets so close to one side of the triangle, right? Sometimes it could even cover the eye. That's the first triangle that you need to be aware of. Here's the second one. Now, when you draw a line across the eyes, that's what we call an eye line, and usually the eye line will line up with the top of the ear. Here it is on a stylized face. Again, the eye line roughly lines up with the top of the ear. But again, check out what happens when your character's head is angled. Now the eye line is going up in a slope. And as we transition to the side plane of the face, look for the relationship between this eye line and the top of the ear. Look at that. It's a slope. Now, if we connect this slope together, we have another triangle. Here it is on the more stylized face. Again, transition to the side plane of the face, draw a line to the top of the ear. Boom! There's our shape-shifting triangle. This relationship between the eye line and the top of the ear is what we use to position the head. Here it is in action. So when you tilt the head up, you can see the ears fall way below the eye line, and when you tilt the head down, the ears go way above the eye line. Now, what happens when you turn your head and tilt your head? You can see the eye line forms an angle, and the eye's relationship to the ear also forms an angle. And last but not least, we have one final triangle. It's this shape right here. This is the bottom of the jaw. Here's the skull of my enemy. Now, if we just take a look at the skull from a bottom-up angle, you can see the jaw turns into a triangular shape. Here it is again on our model head. You can see as you tilt the head up, that triangle beneath the chin becomes more and more visible. Now, this is very important, but there's something else that you really have to pay attention to, which is as you angle the head down and turn to the side, the jaw will continue upwards and connect with the bottom of the ear. So even though the ear is quite often overlooked, it actually plays a surprisingly important role in anchoring the head in space. And one of the reasons why this original drawing is so funny and endearing is because this chin continues all the way down to the back of the head. So it looks like the jaw starts back here, when in reality, the jaw should come here and connect up to the ear like that. Now, the art community has done a fantastic job in helping this artist out, and I've seen tons and tons of beautiful art of Frieren Frieren from this angle. It's just been one of the most wholesome things that I've ever witnessed in my life. But still, I want to just contribute my part and show you guys how you could potentially turn something like this into something that maybe looks a little bit more anatomically accurate. A couple of key things that we should probably pay attention to is the jaw should connect to the bottom of the ear. The eyes and the nose are almost forming a flat triangle. And as we said before, when you draw a line across the eyes and you transition to the side plane of the face and draw a line to the top of the ear, you should get yet another triangle. Now in this drawing, you're getting a flat line and the jaw is continuing to the back of the head. The ear also positions itself pretty close to the very back of the head, whereas here the ear is kind of in the middle and the back of the head extends way out. Another thing to note is the mouth usually angles itself downwards as you view the character from a bottom-up angle, whereas here the mouth is smiling, which is so only based on these observations, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just the liquify tool to see if we can actually change the proportions in a way that makes this drawing look like it's anatomically correct. The first thing that I'm going to try to do is position the eyes and the eye line in a way that matches the angle that we see in our reference photo. When you're viewing the eyes from the bottom, the top lid is going to appear more curved, while the bottom lid is going to appear as though it is curved upwards. So I'm going to just rework some of these shapes here and then make sure that I'm getting the correct angle for the eye line. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring the tip of the nose up and closer to the outer eye, playing around a little bit with the shadow here to make it look like you're viewing the nose from a bottom up angle. And the nose again is another triangle. Everything's a triangle. Now, once I've done this, I want to move my way down to the chin here and just extend the length of the chin a little bit and reposition the jaw. I'm trying to match it to the angle of the triangle that I see in my reference photo. And then I'm going to move the mouth downwards, not in as big of a smile, but instead the corners of the mouth should find their way down. Now I'm going to once again just bring the chin down, bring the jaw down a little bit, shape this area a bit, and also shrink the neck and bring that section in. Now I'm going to take this highlight here at the very back of the head and bring this all the way up. I'm going to probably squish her earring, but that's okay. A squished earring might be worth the price of having, you know, proper anatomy. So again, just bring that jaw all the way up, and I'm also going to bring back the back side of the head. It's running away right now. It's gone on a bit of a field trip. It's trying to leave, but let's bring it back. This part is starting to look a lot better to me. It's starting to look a lot more natural, but there's still one triangle that we've yet to address, and that triangle is the triangle between the eye line and the top of the ear. So I'm going to have to slowly just shift this entire ear down. And while I'm bringing it down, I'm also going to bring this ear back towards the back of the head. So when I'm doing this, I'm also going to be pushing the back of the head forward just to bring it forward to meet the ear. And I also want to round out the back of the head a little bit and round out the front of the head a little bit more. Now, unfortunately, the earring is looking like it's been warped inside of a black hole. And just like that, not a single brushstroke was used here. We only did one pass in the liquify tool, and there's an anatomically correct version of the original drawing. Now let's do a double check. Okay, so draw a dot in each eye and connect that to the tip of the nose, and what do we have? A flattened triangle. Check number 2, draw a line across the front of the face for the eye line, and then connect that eye line at the side plane to the top of the ear, and we have another triangle. Check number 3, let's draw a line down to the jaw from the bottom of the ear, and let's draw a line to the chin and connect that back to the other side, and again we have a bottom facing triangle. So everything here checks out and everything matches up with an anatomically correct version of our reference. Now the original artist just recently has actually done an updated version of the original drawing, and you really got to respect the willingness to learn and the willingness to take feedback. There's tons of improvements here. You know, the eyes are in the correct perspective now. The eye line seems to match up much better with the rest of the face, and the jaw doesn't continue all the way to the back of the head anymore, which is again a huge improvement. But still, you know, if we just do a check for the 3 triangles, okay, so the eyes and the tip of the nose, that looks pretty good actually. The eye line, as you get to the side plane of the face, should lead you back down to the top of the ear, and you can see the ear might just be a little bit too high. So here you could probably place the ear somewhere here for a more convincing look at this perspective. But you can see the original artist has actually moved the ear back to the back of the head versus you can see before it was kind of in the middle of the head. So again, improvements there. And that's all that matters, you know, we're not here to produce perfect drawings, we're just here to get better step by step. So that's the tip of the chin, and this triangle should actually attach to the bottom of the ear. That's how you know the jaw ends and the back of the head begins. And then it's going to come around to this side and wrap around over on the other side, and this should form a triangle. So the shape this time is much better than, you know, what it was before. You know, there could be improvements, there always could be. Now the mouth should also wrap around the front of the face in a shape that looks more like that. Now, if we just kind of use our liquify tool and bring some of those elements back into the places that, you know, you usually find them in, again, just paying attention to the 3 triangles that we talked about, the one at the front of the face, between the eyes and the tip of the nose, as well as the one that lines up with the eye line and the top of the ear, and last but not least, the triangle just beneath the chin. And it's very important when you're drawing heads from a bottom-up angle to make sure that the jaw actually does connect to the bottom of the ear. It's one of the main anchor points on the side of the head that really gives you a sense of positioning and perspective. But you can see again with the before and after, you don't really need crazy good rendering to make your character look more convincing. All you really need is just some understanding of anatomy and perspective. And also, if this angle is giving anybody else a lot of trouble, find a reference, okay? Go on Sketchfab, go turn the head a little bit, find the angle that you're looking for. It's always recommended to use a reference when you don't know what you're drawing, because that's the only way that we can learn. Otherwise, you're kind of just feeling your way around in the dark. Anyway, so despite the fact that my face is broken, I still wanted to bring you guys this tutorial just to kind of show you guys the things to look out for when you're drawing heads in tricky angles. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully this makes this a little bit less confusing for you guys. And on the off chance that the original artist of this piece actually sees this video, I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job. You've picked up a pen, you're actively learning, and you're actually looking for advice and open to feedback from other people. And on top of that, you're also implementing the things that you're learning. So I think you're definitely on the right track. So thank you for your service to the art community and for bringing everybody together behind this challenge. This is one of the most fun things that I've seen in a long time. And I hope we can get to do more stuff like this in the future to hopefully help people out, because art is not something that's unapproachable. All you really got to do is sit down, have some patience, and just be willing to learn. So with that being said, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more art content like this, and check out my Patreon for monthly tutorials where I go a little bit more in depth on topics just like this one. That being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video where hopefully my face is better. Damn.